This episode of CU Live is brought to you with support from Stoff's Coffee Roasters. Since 1988, Stoff's has been offering specialty coffee hand-roasted right here in Central Ohio. Stoff's is also a proponent of meaningful community conversations, whether online or in person. Visit their website at stoffs.com for the latest information on their locations, or to order online and enjoy a cup of Stoff's while you watch this episode.
Hello and welcome to CU Live. I'm Susan Post, Associate Editor of Columbus Underground. I have with me today community activist Brandyn McElroy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
We're actually going to talk about a really fun topic, not quite community activism, but photography.
Yes.
So you actually own your own photography business.
I do.
Tell me a little bit about how you first started getting into photography.
Absolutely. So it's kind of tragic, and I hope my dad doesn't see this, but he had a videography company. He worked for local news stations here in town, and I used to go with him all the time and kind of visit around and get to see a lot of the Friday night sports, that type of thing.
Nice.
That led to me not liking videography so much because I was always the 9-year-old standing behind the camera like, okay, I think I got the wedding dress. But I really, truly loved the photography side of it and capturing a moment and being able to see so much in that one frame. So that's really kind of what got me started.
Yeah. So and your business is OVL Photo.
Yep.
And we'll definitely link to that. But when did you decide to kind of turn it from this passion into a business?
That was probably about 10 years ago. A lot of folks were just like, hey, Brandyn, we really like what you do, and we like the style that you edit with. And so I was like, all right, well, maybe this can be something more than just a passion on Saturdays.
So what kind of stuff do you photograph through your business?
I love doing kind of portrait and lifestyle.
Okay.
Those are a lot of fun for me. I will do weddings here and there,
Yeah.
but portrait and lifestyle are really the things I enjoy capturing.
Awesome. That was actually kind of my next question is, tell me a little bit more about some of those favorite things to capture. And is there like a photograph that sticks out in your mind of like, this is one of my favorites and like this is just the best thing I've ever captured? So
it's the irony there is actually pretty recent. I kind of had a moment where I wanted to do a Black excellence with everything that's been going on recently. I wanted people to see African American people in a normal sense, right? Not in a tragic moment, not in a moment that was really crazy, but what does a normal day look like, right? What businesses are out there? So here recently I had about 20 males and females come out and do some photos, and we took them up in the Easton area. Okay. And beautiful photos that came out.
I think I saw some of those on your Facebook.
Yeah,
they
look
cool. Great. They were pretty cool. Very nice. So obviously with like smartphones and iPhones, those cameras just keep getting better, and it's kind of wild that everyone can just be a photographer now and has this awesome camera in their pocket. I mean, how have you seen that kind of change the photography industry and accessibility?
I think it's the moment when you say, here's the cost. And people go, well, you know what? I can have Uncle Joe do that on his iPhone. But it definitely has been an impact. I think it's been a good thing, though. It's a lot of people that maybe didn't have an outlet to find, this is something I really like. And I like to take photos and I like to take pictures. The people behind the scenes that, maybe don't want to be in front all the time. Yeah. So it's been pretty cool to see how people have changed that into a passion.
Yeah. I mean, so I, have just started getting into photography over the last year and a half or so. I've been taking our restaurant review photos and I love it. I think it's super fun. But like when I start editing and like maybe I tweak it this way a little bit and do that, like it's just so overwhelming. Like,
it can be.
All of the possibilities. I mean, so what advice do you have for folks that are just kind of starting to get into photography and,
Take it one step at a time. You will look at somebody's photo and you'll say, oh my gosh, that is like the best thing ever. Why can't I do that? Take it one step at a time. Yeah. You'll find things as you go. I'm a big fan of YouTube and like watching other photographers, getting some of their skills and just kind of understanding what they look for. And that's a great way to build up.
When I took a adult education class at CCAD, which is really great, and had that same issue where like there was this one particular person in class. I remember his photos were always wonderful and so well composed, and I'm like, oh, how do I do that? And it's just such a practice thing.
It is.
Like time and time again, and I like really liked your recommendation of like looking at other photos and what you like about them.
Absolutely, you can learn a lot from other photographers, and those that are even learning behind you. You can see some different things that they're like, oh wow, editing has a big piece of that too.
Oh, Photoshop. It's its own world.
There it is. It is.
So speaking of Photoshop, do you have any kind of like app or gear recommendations for photographers out there?
I love to use Lightroom myself personally. So Lightroom is really cool. And for quick photo edits where I'm trying to maybe get like a little something back quickly, Snapseed is actually a lot of fun.
I
So it's a
never heard of
Google
that.
app
Okay.
that you can link through your phone. So with my camera system, I have it routed to my phone. So I'll have a couple of photos upload, and then I'll kind of use Snapseed and Lightroom intermittent on my phone
And
to edit.
what camera do you shoot on?
I shoot on a Canon EOS R.
Okay.
So those, I had to get the new language down. Mirrorless. It's the new deal.
Fancy.
So
Okay.
yeah, I moved
right.
off of DSLRs and onto mirrorless. So it's been a lot of fun.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing a little bit about your passion and your business.
Happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to share.